This episode is a little bit bittersweet because we're saying goodbye to our beloved 1998 Chevy K1500. We just sold it on TFLbids.com, and I have the brand new owner Steve here, who just flew in from Atlanta, right?
That's right. How you doing?
Steve, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, Steve, I want to kind of ask you, first of all, what drew you to this truck? And kind of go over the truck. We can walk around and I'll let you know exactly what you got.
Sure. Well, you know, it's harder and harder to find good, clean K1500s out there on the market. You know, there's quite a few in the Southeast, but this one looked especially clean. And after I saw your video series pitting this one against the Dodge and the Ford,
yeah,
it looked like it was in really good shape, especially after the mechanic checked it out and said everything's good to go. So I said, you know, take a trip out here, why not, and pick it up and drive it back. So.
Well, I'm happy you're here, obviously. I'm happy you got it. And it was a little bit of a bidding war, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I kind of pride got the better of me there, and I wanted to win out, so it got pretty heated there in the bidding.
Is that your plane taking off?
I think so, yeah.
All right, Steve, so do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, actually, I saw the video where the mechanic went through it.
Yes.
But I couldn't tell from that video exactly what was done to it. I think the brake, it looked like the brakes were flushed.
Yeah,
right?
let's open the engine and check it out. First of all, we bought the truck. I bought the truck for the series because, well, first of all, we wanted the GM truck for our video series. So the way this works is you have to keep it a little bit down, and there's a latch.
Somewhere over here, right?
Right there.
Oh,
you push it up.
All right, there we go.
And by the way, I left the stripe on. Is that okay?
I do, because yeah, it's a racing stripe, right?
It's a rally stripe. Yeah, for the
race back home
for the Chevy. Yeah. So this is a 5-liter, and we bought this truck. We've actually liked it because it's just no little rust, right?
Right.
If you look at the body, the rocker panels, the sides, the bed, the fenders, very low rust. It came out of Wyoming, I believe, kind of for a few years it was there. This is a 5-liter V8 or 305 cubic inch. Vortec, by the way.
I see that, yeah.
So you're getting the good old Vortec. When the mechanic looked it over, there's a small, tiny oil drip. It's a truck with 207,000 miles.
It's not driven, it's not running.
So, right. So, we've monitored the oil level. It's pretty constant, relatively. I added a couple of, just a few ounces of oil last week. So, topped it off. So, the oil level is good. Then he noticed that the brake fluid was really dirty when he was looking it over. So, this was fully flushed. I'm not going to open it because it's a little bit tough to close.
Sure.
So, he fully flushed it, bled the brakes. He checked all the other fluids like the power steering.
How about the belt?
Yeah, the belt was replaced. So if you hang on 1 second, let me show you the spare belt we have.
Okay.
So this was the belt on the truck originally, and you can see it's kind of in good shape.
Oh yeah, it is.
So it doesn't have a lot of cracks, but it was making a little bit of noise. A little squeal, so we put on a brand new belt just in case, trying to solve that problem.
Perfect.
Never
hurts to have a spare belt.
Yeah. So now on your trip, hope you have a belt.
Peace of mind.
And by the way, Steve, we also have the original owner's manual. See, that's kind of rare with a truck like this.
Yeah, that's great.
So by the way, tell me kind of where you're from and where you're taking this truck.
Yeah, so I'm from Marietta, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, about 30 minutes. And we're going to be driving it back for the next 3 days.
Making it a little bit of a trip, right?
Yeah, my dad came with me, so that's good. And we're just going to see how many miles we can do each day for the next 3 days and hopefully get back, in about 3 days.
So the other item, of course, is the AC is not really blowing cold. So our mechanic Toby said that it potentially was maybe a leak in the system. So maybe needs a recharge. We're not sure. So we didn't have time to check it out.
Yeah, not a big deal. I'll check that out.
So what else? So then I wanted to show you my amazing red tow hooks.
I was going to mention I like the tasteful upgrades.
So we put a front mounted hitch here. And really, I mean, this came on, this was pretty easy to put on actually. Just 2 bolts on each side. Then, you know, all the new trucks, all the trail bosses out there have red tow hooks. So I figured we should have red tow hooks too.
Why not?
Yeah. So then Toby, our mechanic, installed this quick connect for the winch. Or potentially if you have like a plow, like a small plow or something. You're not plowing a lot of snow in Georgia, are you?
Not much snow in
Okay,
Georgia, no.
So never mind. So if you want a winch, we have a quick connect. I'll show you the winch in a second.
Okay.
So you just plug the winch in right here with a cradle, plug in right here, and you just go. So that's all good, and it's tied into this battery. This battery, I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but it hasn't let us down in 6 months in cold temperatures.
Okay.
So the battery seems pretty solid.
The mechanic said it looked like it still had
Relatively new,
registered a good charge.
So the interior is pretty good, other than, of course, this tear in the seat, which was really typical.
Yeah, I mean, it's 23 years old.
I had a 2002 Chevy heavy-duty diesel with the same tear.
Really?
I had a Hummer H3 with the same tear. So I think
yeah, that's all right.
It is what it is. But then, so the cruise control works, so that's going to be good on your trip. What do you think, Steve?
You know, it looks pretty clean overall, besides that tear in the seat. It's just a small little gash right here on the dash. You know, for 23 years old, it really doesn't look too bad at all.
Yeah, so let me show you that manual I was talking about really quickly. I was very proud of this. So,
yeah.
Original manual, you know, how cool is that? You can look up all of your information, all that stuff is here. And obviously we've tested the 4-wheel drive system for you.
I saw the video.
So it's pretty easy. The transfer case control is right there.
Yep.
And it lights up at night when your headlights are on. So that's pretty neat.
It's pretty fancy stuff. Now this is super fancy here. This.
Oh, I'm sorry
this
about
tape
that.
Adapter 1998 thing sticking out here.
So the radio is interesting. It's not spitting that out. If you hit the eject, it's not spinning it out.
So get a screwdriver.
So you may have to do a little bit of work to it.
Okay.
But look at this.
Wow.
2 cup holders.
2?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So you and your dad on your trip, I mean, you can have plenty of luxuries here.
And I saw Tommy's video, not just one, but three outlets.
3 12-volt outlets.
I mean, this doesn't look like it was used much at all.
No, so then underneath the passenger seat right here, there's a couple of like the jack and stuff. So you've got a toolkit right here under the passenger side, and GM mats, dude.
Can't beat that.
So
GM good wrench.
so there you have it. So yeah, the back seat is pretty good. Let's look at the bed.
Yeah.
And guys, of course, this is a Cheyenne, which was kind of not a work truck. It was like the next level up.
It's like the mid-level.
Yeah,
right?
kind of a mid-level. I'm sorry, one of the badges fell off.
Well, now I won't forget what kind it is.
But there you have it. So this, of course you saw that we were working with realtruck.com.
Yeah.
And we got the winch, some other items from it, and this is really heavy duty. Go ahead and open the bed. So this folds up. This Gator tonneau cover. So this tonneau cover folds up quite nicely, and you have these rubber kind of grommets.
Yeah.
So it can go up against the glass here, and then you can secure it. Let's say you're carrying some tall items, right? You can secure it like this, pull it down and tighten it.
That's really nice.
So that's kind of your travel position. Was this what pushed you over to buy this truck?
Yeah, actually it was that cassette that stuck in, in the radio.
So now you can listen, you can plug in your old iPhone into it.
Old iPods.
Old iPod. So this is the other part of this, right? The connector, the quick connector. Right here, your winch. Actually, so if you have power, like another battery, you can put it in the back too. Let's say you're helping somebody out, pulling somebody out. So it will work in the hitch, obviously, front or back, if you have another battery to plug in.
That's good to have.
And then it is there's your control.
Okay, there we go.
And this unplugs, obviously, so you can store it away, so it's not always dangling, right?
Right.
But it's right here.
Yeah, might come in handy.
So what do you think? Did you get a good truck?
You know, it's the description is exactly what you guys described it as online, and luckily I was able to watch the videos and kind of, or else I would have been shy buying something sight unseen.
Yeah.
But I saw enough of it that I knew that it was a good clean, low rust, well-maintained truck. So I feel really good about it.
Well, good. And you're getting a special towel for your winch.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's
okay.
Spare no expense.
But look at this bed, dude.
New taillights too, I believe you said.
Yeah, brand new taillights.
And Roman's touch, which will come off very soon.
Yes, please.
Not that I don't like the flag, but that one's, can't really tell what it is.
No, it's like, from a distance, it's a black blob.
Yeah. So,
for our off-roading project, we had to put really good tires on this. These are the Toyo MTs, maximum traction. And you were asking me if they're loud. They're not very loud on the highway. I didn't notice it, especially going about 70.
Okay.
On the highway, I think it's a good deal.
Yeah. It fills out the wheel well nicely, I think. Yeah. Looks good.
And a slight lift on the front.
Yeah. It looks good. Makes it level. No, overall, it's very clean. Good truck. Now I just have to drive 1,400 miles back home.
Well, that's not too bad. It's really a remarkable thing. Like, it's kind of rare to have a truck like this.
And this one doesn't have any dents in the body. Like the Ford that you reviewed looked like it was dented pretty
the
pretty
Ford,
good.
somebody really worked that truck hard.
Yeah.
And the Dodge was really overworked,
This looks just like light frame rust, not even very deep at all, does it? It's just surface rust.
Yeah, it's surface rust on the frame, which every GM truck probably has.
Yeah, at this age.
All right, Steve, well, happy journey.
Thanks, Andre. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, and stay in touch, please.
Yeah,
let us know how the truck is doing.
Yeah, I'll give you an update.
Okay.
Sounds good.